It's the internet. You're busy. Let's do this for April 13th, 2023 for the next hour or so. Let me help you sort through the world of gaming on Game S Mornings Live with me, Jeff Grubb. Today, Zelda trailer. But first, please join me in welcoming today's co-host to Game S Mornings. It's Jan Ochoa, everybody. Jan, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I feel like I need a change, Grubb. I feel like I've been rocking the same hairstyle for years now, and I think, you just buzzing it all off. I think I want to do not the same buzz, but like just switch it up. I feel like I need to switch it up.
Have you spoken with your barber, Jan, about this?
I have not spoken to Barbara Jan yet. I'm thinking, like, what if I just try and grow it out or something? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
I did buzz my hair. I had long hair. I buzzed it, and it was a good feeling. It was cool. I continue to intend to grow it back out, but it's like it's going through the various phases, which will be difficult for everybody. Mostly everybody else, because you all have to look at it. Eventually here, it's like right now, it's like, it's okay. It's actually super messy right now.
It's manageable, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, as manageable as my hair ever gets. It's like, it never does what I want to do. I kind of have to just let it do its thing. But it's going to get a weird state here pretty soon. It's kind of a weird state right now when I wear a hat. Like the little fuzz sticking out the side of the hat's not great. But it like that. There's going to be a million things that like, it's just a bit weird. So I'm like, I don't know if I have the intestinal fortitude to go through that entire process again of the weird phases before he gets to the long hair where it's just like, oh, this is just a guy with long hair.
See, here's my thing, Grubb, is I have a big ass head, right?
Big ass and big head, yeah.
Yes. Mutually exclusive. And the hair going up fools people into thinking it elongates my face. It's all an optical illusion.
Sure.
Really, it distracts people from
move.
Exactly. We stretch and everything. So if I lose the verticality of my hair, I feel like people may get clued in to like, yeah, it kind of has a fat head.
I definitely got the my diamond shaped face right now. It comes up to the cheeks and then it's like round around here. I got the big cranium too going on.
Maybe but this is like the max of my facial hair. This is the problem. Maybe I'll just grow the stash out more.
Ooh.
And just do handlebars to like distract people more. I don't know.
Dan has talked about how he wants to like train his mustache to go out so he doesn't have to trim it. He wants it to like grow out this way. I'm like, it seems like a whole lifestyle. It seems like a commitment. And I don't know if I have it in me to do that either. I kind of just have to, like, I'll have the long hair. That's like the easy thing. I do the easy stuff with all these things. I don't know if I have the ability and the patience to like train my facial hair.
You know the grossest thing I saw at DreamHack?
Please tell me.
There was a man with a full long beard, and then he had like a braid down the middle.
Sure.
And then he put the braid in his mouth and was kind of sucking up.
That's fucking gross. That's disgusting. I hate that. I hate that so much. All right. That's the kicker. That is the platform upon which we will jump into this show. Before we do so, let's explain what we do here. Most weekdays, I, Jeff Grubb, will help piece your gaming life back together. That includes breaking news and maybe even some of our own original reporting. For all these topics, I'll get the input of a bona fide expert who will make me look smart. If you are watching live on Twitch, welcome. You can always listen to the show later on podcast feeds by searching for Game S Mornings or find the RSS on giantbomb.com. Speaking of which, giantbomb.com has a store and it's open. Wearing a shirt right now. Check it out. Jan's got his right there.
Look at these shirts.
Store is open. Store.giantbomb.com. Get in there. Check it out. I still am in love with all the merch that's in there. It's looking really good.
It's great.
I can't remember what I asked Backlash to pick up for me, but I hope it was the water bottle because I actually keep looking at that water bottle. It's really cool. You can also catch the show later with chapters and timestamps on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Okay, we have a lot to get into, so let's start the morning mess with the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom trailer, the final trailer. Jan, I say we just watch this thing. Should we just watch it?
Yeah, let's just watch this thing. This is going to be great.
I'm going to bring it up right here. Let me show it to everybody else. I'm going to hit this. We're just going to start playing it, and I'll figure out the audio as we go. Oh, let me move it over here a little bit. I'll fix it, everybody.
Hey, Grubb, I think I'm comfortable paying $70.
Yeah, me too. I caught a little bit of this, and boy, it looks good. Ooh, that's
not. Is it bad that I want a Link Fortnite skin?
No, got it. I want it to.
Oh man!
Already, the music is so good. Yeah, I'm ready to just get back into this world and do everything that this game is showing me.
Yeah. Audio listeners, tough coconuts.
Yeah, I mean, listen, yeah, you get it. You can watch along with us. I'll put the link in there. I think those are the Tears of the Kingdom, by the way. The big rocks falling from the sky, like a kingdom in the sky, and the tears are the kingdom itself falling apart.
This is my favorite trope right there. Just reach and then
just barely missing it, and the look on her face. That's drama. That's drama to me. Ooh. Oh, he's twirling. Link twirls.
Oh, hello.
Oh, I think that is that the Zonai? Do we think that's Zonai? Let's fucking go.
We rely on your knight and that legendary sword he carries. Our last
I got some bad news about that
defense
sword
will be
based on some of the art I've seen.
Link.
Wow!
Sword shield, or sword. Yeah, sword shield. There's a shield on a sword. What do we do about that?
Like what was that? There's a wagon.
Yes, and he's gonna reverse this, isn't he? Yeah, there it is. What? Wait, that was a shield on a rocket? What the hell?
What
My cart.
Damn.
Oh, Robot Wars.
Oh my! What was that on the boat?
This game's an official robot jocks.
I know why I am here. It's something only I can do.
Is that a tear?
I know, maybe that's actually what it is.
Do not look away. You
That's
witness
what's
a
wild.
king's revival. And
That's Princess
far
Mononoke.
from his new world.
Is Ganon his arm?
Well, there he is. Maybe. Is Ganon his arm like in Metal Gear? Like the whole haunted arm thing?
But you
the whole crew is
Yeah, Jan, I'm a big fan of Cruz.
It's Fishman.
Yep. So clearly we've seen a bunch of times now.
Final hope.
He gets the combat, cooperative combat partners that come in and stuff, like all his friends. I think that Zelda's gonna be the last one. I think Zelda, you save Zelda, and then she is your final combat partner, and that's how you defeat Ganondorf. Ganondorf.
Oh.
Link. You must find me.
Yeah, let's go.
Wow.
That's good. That's a good trailer.
Month away.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. There's that. Let me bring this back up here. What'd you think?
Wow.
That looks really good, right?
Yeah, I don't even have the same fondness for Zelda that everyone else has, but wow, that's a trailer.
Yeah, they really nailed that. I think it's kind of impossible to match the Breath of the Wild trailer. That was that really good one that everyone remembers. I think this is about as good as you can get, about as close as you can get. They didn't try to do the exact same music notes. They tried to bring in some other stuff, and man, all the stuff they showed from the gameplay itself looks like so good. Looks so incredible. So
that rocket shield, what?
Yeah, there's like so many little things in here. I mean,
I know that Dan wants to take his time playing this, but maybe you and I, Grubb, should start from like ground zero.
Yeah,
and stream both of our perspectives and figuring out how to do crap.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, on launch day, we'll just go to town. Yes, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
This. It just looks like there's so much going on in here.
There was a wagon.
Yeah.
So in one of the shots of like Link gliding down, it looked like it wasn't his regular glider. It looked like it was a sail.
Yes. Yeah. Look. Yeah. There's like several things he's like flying. It seems like the vehicles are like numerous and like they have all kinds of things that they can do.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is, I mean, there's Ganondorf just screaming like he's in a
hey,
metal band.
Everybody, welcome to Game of the Year 2023. It's just Grubb and I here. I think it's gonna, a lot of great games came out this year, but it looks like we're gonna give number 1 to Tears of the Kingdom.
I couldn't be more excited. A month away, and I'll wait that full month. Let's do it. Let's get there and let's play this thing.
Nothing else is coming out this year, right?
I don't think so.
We already have RE4, Tears of the Kingdom. All right, cool.
Chicory 2 wins. That's right.
Tetris Effect 5.
Hey, Tetris Effect is a worthy winner. There you go.
And Red Dead Redemption 2.
Weird. What? We just finally gave it to that one. Weird. All right, so let's get back over here and start getting to some of these other news stories. Up next, Super Mario Brothers theme selected for National Recording Registry. This comes from Evan Campbell at GameSpot. It must be music to Nintendo's ears to hear that the Super Mario Brothers theme has been added to the National Recording Registry. The U.S. Library of Congress highlighted that this is the first time ever that a video game song has been recognized for the registry. Mentioned as, quote, probably the most recognizable video game theme song in history, the Library of Congress honored Koji Kondo and Nintendo on Twitter. The Super Mario Brothers theme is part of the class of 2023 for the registry. It joins other notable music works like Madonna's Like a Virgin and Daddy Yankee's Gasolina, which I put all three of those side by side. Absolutely. That's pretty cool. I'm surprised it's the first video game music though.
Yeah, I'm surprised like not even Tetris has gone up there, or that it took this long for Mario to get up there.
Right. You think like even like Pac-Man, stuff like that. That all those things have kind of iconic themes, jingles, or whatever. But yeah, this is I mean,
or even
if you're gonna put
like the Final Fantasy theme too,
like really, yeah, that's a really good one. Exactly. Like some of these things are like musically, they all easily are on par with some of the things that are definitely already in the Library of Congress. But if you're gonna pick a first one, I do think Super Mario Brothers is right.
Yeah. I mean, especially with how the movie set the world on fire, I think it's also one of those things that folks that don't play video games have also heard for sure in some part of their life or another.
Yes, it's instantly recognizable. Everyone knows it. It is also one of the first examples of music being really well integrated into gameplay, where Koji Kondo did both the sound and the music, and he built both so that they would play with each other. So as you're playing the game, the sounds that you create by collecting coins or jumping on enemies, integrated well with the sounds of the music, so it all sounded like one thing playing together, and like that's really thoughtful. It's something that obviously happens today still, but this is like one of the early examples of that, and he really figured that out. And it wasn't some fluke. Koji Kondo did this repeatedly throughout his career. Obviously, also did the Legend of Zelda theme. So yeah, he knew what he was doing. This is pretty cool. Do you have any other games that you would put in there next?
I mean, I think we mentioned all of them. I know folks in the chat are mentioning Zelda for sure, definitely. I think we got to go a little bit more modern, maybe around the same time that Gasolina was dropped, and put Simple and Clean in there. Damn
there
it.
You go. There you go. Absolutely.
Cultural phenomenon.
Absolutely. Man, I think about that song all the time. This is gonna be the poll today, everybody, just so you know. So if you want to recommend some options for there, I'm gonna pick 4 songs. Zelda will be one of them. I got some others that we'll put in there. So yeah.
Guile's theme from Street Fighter 2.
I think that's a really good call. God, man. The whole Street Fighter 2 soundtrack is so goddamn good.
Yeah.
That was Capcom at their peak when it came to music. All right. And even like Capcom's jingle when you would start a game. God, it was so good.
Mega Man 2, huh? Mega Man as well.
There's a lot of good Mega Man. Yeah. Pick a track from Mega Man. We'll get it in there. All right. Let's see here. PlayStation Plus axes Marvel's Spider-Man, one of its biggest games, soon. This comes from Levi Winslow at Kotaku. It's a new month, which means Sony's adding another crop of games to its PlayStation Plus vault for extra and premium subscribers. We talked about a lot of this yesterday, but just to recap, there are some good additions here, including Dishonored and Doom Eternal. But as the saying goes, out with the old and in with the new, Insomniac Games' Marvel's Spider-Man is poised to get dropped from the PS Plus game catalog in May. PlayStation Plus is Sony's subscription service that gives you access to a plethora of games for a monthly fee with 3 different tiers: Essential, Extra, and Premium. You can play an assortment of new and old first and third-party games from God of War, Ghostwire Tokyo. The list is vast, with a new set of games getting added every month. Sony said the removal of Marvel's Spider-Man alongside NBA 2K Playgrounds 2 and Resident Evil in May is part of our normal content refresh. Jan, sure, I understand like third-party games. Spider-Man is a first-party game, though. This feels a little strange to me. I don't know. Does this feel normal to you? I don't know. What do you think?
No, not at all. This feels akin to Netflix removing Netflix originals from their service.
Right, which has happened a couple of times.
Yes.
But even that's a little different, right? Because like occasionally we are licensing things that have already been created, and then we're presenting them as Netflix originals in this market or whatever. And just the way movies are made, right? You take them to a festival, and a company's like, "Hey, we're going to distribute it," and it's a Netflix original. Still, I still think that's weird when that happens. But here, like Sony just straight up made this game.
Do you think this is a move to gear up for the release of Spider-Man 2 later this year? Oh, it's dark. Spider-Man 2 later this year, so they want to start squeezing people into more profit. So it's like, oh, hey, you want to check out Spider-Man 2 and you want to figure out what happened in 1? Well, now you got to pay for it.
I think that when it comes to PlayStation, you always have to keep in mind that they are probably looking to maximize every dollar, because it's they are not playing the long game like Microsoft. They are playing we got to make money now because we already are successful. Yeah. We are already established, and now is the time to make profit. And also, the rest of Sony doesn't make profit, so it all comes down to PlayStation. And so I think every choice they make, you have to look through that filter, and I think that's right to do that. But I also think that it's there might be mitigating circumstances where this game, it's a Sony first party game, but it is a Marvel IP, and Sony, while it has the exclusive movie rights to Spider-Man, it had to license this specifically from Marvel, and so this is still a Marvel project in some ways, and maybe there's some limitations to what they can do in terms of distributing in terms of choosing how they distribute this game, and maybe there's a timer on this stuff, and it has to be renegotiated, and maybe Marvel wants to renegotiate that stuff. So all of that's possible. We don't know. They're not really saying. It is just a bit strange. I bet that this is an issue that is with Spider-Man 1, and by Spider-Man 2, they already kind of knew what they were doing with their subscription services, and so it probably won't be an issue with that going forward, or with even Miles Morales maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of, I mean, how are you feeling about PlayStation Plus overall right now? Is that because this is something we check in pretty frequently? I think the extra tier is doing pretty good, but stuff like this happens, and it's like, that's weird.
Me personally, I continually forget about it, just because the selection isn't as wide as I like it to be. It is getting better.
Yes.
I mean, especially after the games that they announced that they were offering yesterday. But I still don't, at least for me personally, and maybe I could just do a better job at investigating, I still have trouble figuring out which tier is which, let alone if what tier I'm subscribed to right now.
Right.
And also the naming convention of PlayStation Plus Extra, whatever that they're going for, it isn't clicking with me. And also the backwards compatible games. No, I mean the PS1 and PS2 games, they just don't have the ones I want yet.
Yeah, I definitely not. And a lot of times when they do have stuff, it's like it's the PS4 ports of previous games, and it's like, so we are continually limited to things that they've already done recently, and it's not like they're bringing back a bunch of games that we haven't seen in a long time, and that makes premium look like it's a really weird thing. So ideally you would want to be like, here's the middle tier, and for just a couple bucks more, you can get this premium tier, and you get all this extra stuff. So why it's a no-brainer. And the way they have it set up is, for a couple bucks more, you get maybe 1 or 2, maybe 5 older games that you've seen recently, and for the most part, it's like a lot of PSP stuff and a lot of PlayStation 3 or things that were ported to PS4. And so it's like, it's just never been exciting, and premium continues to look like this weird thing, and extra is where it's at, but it's just kind of backwards from the way you would expect it to work. So I think Sony's still a little bit lost with how to do these things, but at the very least, extra at $15 a month and whatever it is per, like $100 per year or something like that, still seems like a pretty decent deal based on these massive game drops they've been doing every month.
Yeah. Agreed. Like, I haven't thought about Wolfenstein 2 in a very long time. And I thought, like, oh, maybe I should check back in on that.
Man, I love that game so much. Yeah, I've been thinking about playing it again over and over, and I'm like, I might just pick it up on the Steam Deck now, play it there.
Doom Eternal, that's also a good thing for folks to check out.
I never played Doom Eternal, so probably is time. I should actually do that. Okay, this is the next story. Fantastic. Okay, so I have here the Ubisoft Plus subscription service looks set to launch on Xbox imminently. Well, hey, guess what? It is now available on Xbox. Wario64 here just posted some details. Let's see here. I'm going to just read here. Ubisoft Plus multi-access lets Xbox players jump into Assassin's Creed Valhalla, The Division 2, and more. This is a premium tier of Ubisoft subscription service that allows members to play on multiple platforms through a single subscription. It is now available on Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One consoles. Previously available only on PC and Amazon Luna, Ubisoft Plus multi-access gives subscribers access to a vast and growing library of games, including Valhalla, Far Cry 6, The Division 2, and more, as well as DLC and discounts on in-game currencies. Ubisoft Director of Subscriptions, Philip E. Trimbley, spoke with Ubisoft News about the expanded subscription. He said that's when we made the announcement that Ubisoft Plus was coming to Xbox, and I'm happy to see it's launching on the platform today. So it's available there. Another subscription service. Jan, how champing at the bit are you for this one?
Oh man, give me all those Assassin's Creeds, all the Far Cries.
Yes, so that's literally what I'm looking at here. All the Assassin's Creed, all the Far Cries. Monopoly Plus.
Cool.
Jeopardy.
I could get in on The Division and The Division 2.
Yes, there you go. And Family Feud. They got all the game shows, man.
This is making me realize, like, oh man, Ubisoft has been making the same couple games for the past decade now.
Yes,
huh?
And then they tried to do that with like new franchises. So there's like 3 Watch Dogs, and it's like, man, oh yeah, they tried to do that there, and that didn't work out so well. Although, not that I dislike those games or anything, it just clearly did not turn into Assassin's Creed, which is what they wanted. And then, I mean, listen, they have their like things where they try stuff. Starlink, Battle for Atlas, that like Toys to Life brand. And the South Park games and
Immortals Phoenix Rising was completely fine.
Yeah, right. I love the Trials games. There's Trackmania.
Rayman Legends is a good game. Folks should definitely check out that.
Anno 1800 is in here, but that's Xbox Series X/S only. Yeah, I mean, cool. Yeah, if you want to go get For Honor and Ghost Recon and all that.
Oh, you know what? For Honor, yeah, I've always been For Honor curious.
Exactly. Who isn't? So yeah, that's neat. To make it clear though, this is not part of Game Pass, where it's like, oh, if you get Game Pass Ultimate, you get EA Plus built in. They have not said that that's what's happening here at all. Instead, this is just another separate subscription that you can get on Xbox, similar to the way EA Play worked before it was in Game Pass, which is like you can get Game Pass, you can get EA Play, and now you can also get Ubisoft Plus. There was always rumors. I remember hearing a long time ago now, Ubisoft Plus is going to be integrated into Game Pass. And then it seemed like there was some sort of like roadblock there in terms of making that happen, where Ubisoft's like, actually, do we want to be? Because like once you put your service into Game Pass, it's going to make it hard to take it back out, because people are like, I got used to already getting this as part of another thing, and now you want me to pay you separately? That's weird. EA would have a very hard time doing that. I think Ubisoft's kind of a little bit hesitant about pulling that trigger for that reason. I mean, how many game services do you plan to subscribe to?
Jeez, I forget how many I'm subscribed to already. When we were in down in San Diego, I got the ping of like, hey, thanks for another month of Fortnite Plus. I'm like, God dang it.
Right.
Why do I keep doing this?
The same one. Yep. We're like, oh man. Okay, I should play that game, I guess. I mean, it's always fun when I do check in. I'm like, oh, I got stuff. But it's like, I am just spending money on that game when I'm not playing it. So, yeah. But Ubisoft Plus is, this is not super for me. I'm someone who we get a lot of these games for codes and stuff. And so I already have a library of Ubisoft games that I've barely touched because I get them for work. So I'm like, I don't need to subscribe to yet another thing. But I think these things serve a certain consumer base that is that wants to have access to a lot of stuff, but doesn't want to have to make the decision of like finding the right one and wants to taste test a bunch of stuff. And I think that works for them.
I even then, with that type of audience, I still don't know if $15 is like the best spend here.
Right.
Because I mean, how many of these games are already on sale or go on sale or reduced in price?
Yep.
I mean, the only ones that I'm even
Ubisoft
mildly
games
curious,
especially.
Exactly.
And also, it's
Like
not
the only
15,
ones.
it's $18 per month for this multi-access subscription.
Oh,
they probably have
well
a low.
then.
They probably do have a low. They're lower tiers. I'm sure there probably is one that's $15 per month.
Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, like even like these Far Cry games, I can't imagine anyone chomping at the bit to like play through the Far Cry series.
Yeah.
Especially if you've already checked them out. I mean, the Assassin's Creed games as well. Goose Munch in our chat mentioned it's more financially viable instead of spending money for 3 to 5 months to finish a 100-hour open world game. You could just buy it for cheap.
Yes, you're right. I mean, I think that, you do get the new games, and if you want to have the games day one and you want to have a big library, but it's hard to justify because it is a Ubisoft game, and Ubisoft games do go on discount pretty quickly. So,
Yeah.
I think there's an argument to be made for there's a certain segment of gamers that loves getting those deals and loves tracking those things down and follows Wario and follows Cheap Ass Gamer. And a big part of it is like, oh, I got it for $20. I've been waiting. I got it for $20. There are people who want to play the games, but maybe are a bit too busy or don't get that same sort of endorphin rush from tracking down deals. And they're like, actually, I just wish I had the game in front of me. Then I would play it. And I don't care about saving that much money. I just want an easy way to just have the new thing. And, how many of those people are out there? I don't know. But I think this serves them.
I mean, yes, for that type of audience, because like that's what Game Pass kind of occupies in my brain of like, hey, what's on here? Oh, cool.
Exactly. It's good. It's good to have at least one of these. I think Game Pass continues to be the one to get. But we'll see. That could change because if Redfall and Starfield and all these games come out and they start being disappointing, it's like, why don't I look around and see what some other services have to offer?
Yeah, but I think to that argument as well, it's like, well, if you are going to get one of these game subscriptions, I still think Game Pass is the way to go. Especially if, I don't know, if you're entertaining the idea of this Ubisoft Pass or whatever they're calling it, you probably either have a PC or an Xbox. So might as well just go for Game Pass.
Yeah, and someone in the Twitch chat says, if it pays, Lego Maego says, if this pays for a new Rayman, we are okay. And that's like an interesting idea because I do think Game Pass frees Microsoft up to attempt to make different kinds of games than they would have made if Game Pass didn't exist. Phil Spencer's always like, I play 700 hours of Destiny, and I see everyone else does as well. We kind of just want to make a couple of really big games that people play a lot. And they've definitely changed their tune since Game Pass, because Game Pass is like, we can put a lot of different stuff in there, and we can have Hi-Fi Rush and this and not Atonement. What's the game that came out last year? That was the talky one.
Pentiment.
Thank you, Pentiment. We can have games like that. Ubisoft, do you think Ubisoft can accomplish the same sort of like shift in incentives for the way that they make games, so they can make different kind of stuff, or is this just another way to monetize the same games they're going to keep making?
It's hard to trust them.
Yeah,
it's hard to trust them.
I agree.
I just feel like that initiative hasn't been present throughout Ubisoft based off of, I mean, like, what did they even publish last year besides Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope? Yeah,
people mentioned they did Grow Home a few years ago. I feel like Grow Home was more than a few years ago now.
That was more than a few years ago, y'all. Like,
right. That was before like the most recent, like, Ubisoft's in trouble. That's like several years before that.
Yeah. Jesus. Roller Champions? Oh, how could I forget? They also forgot that they put Roller Champions out.
They do try stuff. Yeah, but I don't know. It feels like a lot of those things are like still trying to turn them into live service games.
I would like to be hopeful because I would love a whole new Rayman, a reimagination of Rayman, or just more Rayman. And hey, even with the Rabbids, I would like to see more Rabbids.
You know what? I'm with you. I want them to kind of do their own thing, or if they do like something else akin to a Mario plus Rabbids. Don't do the same genre 2 times in a row. I think that stuff wears out its welcome, as we saw with Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which is a fine game, but people weren't as excited about it because I think they're like, yeah, I saw this trick before. I was surprised it worked well the first time. I guess I don't really need it again. I think it's like, take all that stuff and do a whole other genre, something weird and wacky, and that can work.
What's that game that we were kind of excited about? Humanity, the one with like all the swarms of people. Just do that with rabbits.
Perfect. You got it right there. Let's do it. Make a lemmings, but rabbits.
Okay. Grubb, hear me out here. Would you play a Pikmin style game with rabbits?
I would. Yes, I would. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Pikmin and rabbits are basically the same thing. Just rabbits are more coked up. So yeah, give me the more coked up Pikmin. Absolutely.
There you go. Ubisoft, you got that one for free.
All right, let's move along here. Xbox's April update adds a new search experience and power settings. This comes from Tom Ivan at VGC. Microsoft has detailed Xbox's April system update ahead of its imminent release. Lots of imminents today. Headlining this month's update, which will start rolling out this week, are a refreshed Xbox search experience and an adjustable active hours power settings for consoles. The updated console search page includes a new look, gallery-style results, visible filter categories navigable with the RB and LB buttons, and an option to search on YouTube within the Movies and TV tab. It's accessible by tapping the search button at the top of the dashboard, via the magnifying glass icon within the guide, or by pressing the Y controller button anywhere within the console UI. I can't say a face button, Jan, without actually like miming pressing it. I'm like, the Y's up there. I'm just kind of reaching a little bit. The system update will also let players who have selected the sleep power option on Xbox to configure their console's active hours, which are automatically set to always active unless changed. During active hours, Xbox consoles will boot quickly and support activities like remote play and mobile game installs. Outside of active hours, consoles will fully shut down and draw just 0.5 watts versus the 10 to 15 watts while active. So this is like a good compromise, because people are like, I definitely want to, like, saving energy is cool, and this is a good thing to default to. But there are times where I do want to be able to wake it up remotely so I can access my Xbox remotely and stuff like that. And this seems like a good way to do both, because if it's working while you're awake, then great, and then when you're asleep, fantastic. How are you feeling about the modern console UIs, Jam? PS5 versus Xbox versus Switch versus playing, on a Steam Deck?
I think Steam Deck is kind of close to where I'd like everything to be. PS5, I still have trouble accessing menus and figuring out which buttons go where, just because in my brain I'm so used to how it worked on the PS4.
Which is weird, because underneath it is still just that PS4 UX underneath that, and then there's a bunch of stuff on top that did not improve things.
Yeah, making things easier to search for folks, fantastic. By all means, let's do that. I feel maybe it's because my brain is just so deep into the Apple ecosystem, but Apple TV has an okay UI.
Yeah.
Apply that, just big honking icons. Just give me that, and then a search that I can just yell into. I feel like something I learned over this work trip, Dan uses a dictation feature on his phone a whole bunch.
I noticed something about all my friends during this trip. So Dan does the dictation. He texts by talking out loud, and we both kind of side-eyed. And you tap. I saw that you tap when you type. I do the swipe.
You do the swipe, and then I start doing the swipe behind you.
I'm like, man, look at him go. He's like fucking tapping there. I'm like, he's really moving. I'm like, I'm kind of like just leisurely swiping over here. I don't think I could type that fast with the thumbs anymore. I couldn't do it. That's the sidekick. I got too used to the sidekick, so getting on a touch screen, it's not as good. But Dan is like 1,000 years old, like my mom. I will. When do you think that this will happen? Question mark. And it's I love it. Very good stuff.
I love it. But then I started doing it recently, while I was walking. I'm like, it is useful.
Of course, it's useful.
Dang you, Dan.
Yes. Absolutely.
Almost thought about getting a watch because of that, dude.
Yes. I'm on Android, but I'm like the Pixel Watch, because I'm like, I need to be able to set reminders for myself just with something right there, and then I can look at it really quickly and just confirm that I got it right and stuff like that. But yeah, I like a good universal search, and I thought Xbox probably still had that going back to the Kinect days, where you could just be like, Xbox search for this, and it's like it would have the whole universal search for like, okay, we searched all your apps and all the movie apps and everything, and we searched the movies and TV section on the Xbox store. But I guess now I'm thinking about it, that doesn't seem like it's worked like that for a long time. So it sounds like they're going back in that direction a little bit. And I love that.
Yeah. Keep people in your ecosystem.
All right. EA Sports PGA Tour is getting a new swing system and other major changes after Backlash. This comes from Eddie McHugh at GameSpot. EA Sports has announced major changes to EA Sports PGA Tour in the wake of criticism from fans, including an entirely new swing system, better camera angles, and putting improvements. Perhaps the biggest change is that EA Sports is bringing back the 3-click swing system from past titles. The current swing system involves pulling the stick back and pushing it forward, with players graded by their tempo and consistency, or at least that's how it's supposed to work. GameSpot's review and others have noted that the swing system is laggy and inconsistent. Jan, I could not get the swing down.
Okay.
On the drive, I could. Anything that is anything close to short game, and I talked about that, where it's like chipping, it was just complete. I had no idea what it wanted from me, how I was supposed to be consistent or get a good tempo. I had no idea how hard I was hitting it, and it was just it just feels janky to hell. It was really weird. Now it's a golf game, so I'm still kind of having fun with it. But it definitely is not as refined as what 2K was doing with their game. And so, yeah, I'm like surprised to hear the solution here is to bring back the 3-click, which I'm fine with. But it's like these games have moved in the direction of the analog pullback and push forward and trying to mimic a swing. And it's like, so it does sound like they're basically kind of giving up on getting that right this time around. But I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it feels like a major design flaw for folks to not immediately click with how you're supposed to swing with a golf game. So
Yes.
I'm not the biggest fan of the 3-click system. I get it though, because that's just what's worked for how many years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just bring back trackballs.
I know, yeah. I mean, that's what they're trying to do with the analog stick, and it's like it's just not the same. It's not the same.
I mean, I guess you could it wouldn't feel the same to like swipe with a touchpad. It just, especially with a touchpad that's on a PS5, it just doesn't give the same type of
Right. Yeah, I've definitely played golf games on my phone where it's like to try to do it. It's like it's actually really easy to like just do it repeatedly on a phone, because you can just like look at it and go right down the center and do it the same way every time. With a trackball and and then with the analog stick, there's a lot more nuance there. I have the Simpsons arcade machine, and it's got the little trackball for the bowling game, and that's fun to do. I'm like, I should see if I can install some golf games on there. That'd be cool. There are no Simpsons golfing games, which seems like an oversight. They're also improving stuff like the putt meter and the sort of overlay that goes on a putting green to show you where the ball's going to roll. Apparently, it's like supposed to help you and show you like where it's going to roll, and it's broken and doesn't always do what the game says it's going to do. And EA has said, yeah, we spotted that bug and we're going to fix that too. So it's a rough start for PGA Tour, which I'll go back to something I talked about a little bit ago. Tiburon's overworked. They got too much going on. They're doing a Madden, they're doing this, and now they're doing the college football game. They might be doing some other stuff as well. But that college football game is one I think they said that got delayed. And it's like it's clear that they are just trying to make all these things work, especially because they don't want the college football game to just be a reskinned version of the previous year's Madden, which I'm kind of like, maybe you should just do that. maybe just do that, actually. That might seem like it could save you some time. And really, people just want to have their college football teams in a game. And then be able to go online and download a roster of all the players from the real world and stuff like that. Just enable them to do that.
Can't you not in Madden make your own team? Is that not a thing?
I don't know. It definitely has been in the past. I think you can, but I think they don't have like the full breadth of make your own team and then make a league that works exactly like the football college bowl series and all that stuff. So. Yeah.
Hey, I guess I just don't understand the fascination with college football enough to justify.
It's a freaky thing. It is weird.
It feels so weird.
It's very weird. Of course it is. Yes, but I mean, I grew up in Michigan and in Ohio, where it is bigger than anything.
You know what? That's probably it. In the Bay Area, not too many college football teams. I say that, and then I'm immediately thinking of 3 college football teams. So never mind.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot else going on in the Bay Area though, and there's not much else going on in the suburbs of Detroit, let me tell you. So, yeah, everyone's into Michigan football, so are you, and that's just kind of how it worked. And
high school football too, Marino. Wow.
Oh yeah, in Texas and Ohio, high school football is a real big thing. As I get older, I'm like, hey, that high school's got a football game going on there. I should go watch that. And I'm like, well, that's just weird. That's a weird thought, Jeff. What are you talking about? Just keep driving, you goddamn weirdo. Yeah. Trine 5, a Clockwork conspiracy reunites the gang for a new adventure. Yes, there's 5 Trines. This comes from Darren Bonthus at GameSpot. THQ Nordic and Frozen Byte have announced Trine 5, a Clockwork conspiracy, the latest chapter in the long-running puzzle platformer series. Once again, set in a magical world where you'll guide 3 distinct heroes through 20 levels filled with traps and deadly obstacles. The game doesn't have a release date yet, but it will launch for PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and Switch. Trine 5 reunites Amadeus the Wizard, Zoya the Thief, Pontius the Knight for their latest adventure, and like previous titles, you'll be able to play by yourself or with up to 2 friends in online and local co-op. This is once again also it is the 2.5D. I think they've done one of these as a full 3D, and I think fans were not happy with that one. So with 4 and 5, they've now gone back to 2.5D.
Okay.
Have you ever played a Trine? I've mostly missed out on this series.
I liked the first one a bunch. Then kind of lost interest in it after, the gimmick of like, oh, there's 3 heroes. Move these boxes around.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of what is that? The 3 Vikings game from Blizzard from Super Nintendo.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and it's like oh, everyone's got their own ability in solving these puzzles. And they're like, yeah, that's a good concept for a game, and I just never got around to playing any of them. But people like Lost Vikings. Thank you guys. Thank you, Chad.
Okay. I think I just got fatigued with the art style that they were doing. It just seemed like, all right, this is how fantasy games look like this. They're going to continue looking like this.
It is very, I know this might not make any sense. It is very much like when there's a fantasy world on the back of a children's cereal box.
No, I 100% understand that.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Yes. It's like, you play these, find the thing game on the back of the cereal box in this fantasy world. It looks like that, which I don't like hate, but it's like, it is, they've done this over and over again. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Lexi basically says what we're thinking. It's like DreamWorks, the video game.
Yes. That's actually a really, really good, that places it really well. Good call, Lex. Let's see here. I'm gonna stop that. Disney Speedstorm reveals Figment. Jan, what's Figment?
Okay, so Figment is a dragon in the Disney universe. Specifically, Figment was a recent popcorn bucket that released, and everyone went apeshit because of it. Mine's because of this Figment popcorn bucket. All right, yep. There's Mike. Mike is hyped.
Yep, he is.
I didn't know this game exists.
What's that? You didn't know this game existed?
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney Speedstorm. Yeah, it's this game's out, I guess, because they revealed the latest addition to its roster, or is this maybe still coming? You pre-order now. Okay, fair enough. Let's
okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring this up because I saw Mike get excited about this. Figment may come as a surprising addition for some, as we've typically seen representatives from popular movies. For those that are unaware, the Purple Dragon is the mascot of the Imagination Pavilion at the Epcot theme park at Walt Disney World Resort. So,
right.
That is weird, I think. But also, I seeing the reaction to it, a lot of people are very excited about it. So that also makes sense. Give the park freaks something for once, is what I say.
Then let me play as the Epcot ball thing. All right.
The spaceship Earth. We saw that. That's the big Universal ball, right? That's what that is.
Yeah, that's what that is.
All right. Sony veteran Shuhei Yoshida is now a PlayStation Stars digital collectible. This comes from Tom Ivan at VGC.
What did they do to him?
I don't know. Sony Interactive Entertainment's Shuhei Yoshida has been added to the PlayStation Stars loyalty program as a digital collectible. A bobblehead version of the PlayStation veteran can be unlocked simply by playing one of 6 games he has recommended. They are A Space for the Unbound, Before Your Eyes, Cult of the Lamb, Neon White, Sifu, and The Night Witch. PlayStation Stars launched last year via the PlayStation app and will expand to consoles at a later date. I Yeah, I don't. This is another weird thing, but I mean, fine, whatever, cool. I honestly, for all the things that they could make into digital collectibles, like making like one of the cool dudes that works on the games into something that you can get, like that's like super inside for like people who are paying a lot of attention. I think that's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, that framing it that way, that's pretty cute. Yeah, give me a little Miyamoto, or I would love it a little Iwata.
Yeah, I would like that too. There you go. This is the bobblehead Shuhei. There you go. You can see that, everybody.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Right.
Yeah, have it track my PS5 controller so I can just really shake Shuhei.
Don't shake the Shuhei. All right, so let's see.
He's gonna throw up.
Street Fighter 6 showcase with over 30 minutes of news is set for April 20th. Oh, hey, shut up there. The thing's pinging me.
Okay. It's like, what's that?
Yeah, so no, it was like it's just this little ping that's happening because Shuhei's still bobbling over there. It's coming April 20th. This is from Eric Van Allen at Destructoid. Get ready to take some fat rips on 420 because Capcom is hosting a new showcase for the upcoming Street Fighter 6 on April 20th. The new, and from the sounds of it, final extended look at Street Fighter 6 will apparently have some, quote, big news. The show will air on Capcom's YouTube channel at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern on April 20th. It's set to host over half an hour of big news and announcements all about the upcoming Street Fighter 6. Hosting the whole show will be Lil Wayne. It's an interesting pick for sure. Yeah, here we go. He's going to sip on some syrup and sip on some Street Fighter 6. But it's not exactly the first time the artist has crossed over with a Street Fighter either. I guess he's shown up before. We get the full roster, right? This is it. We're getting the full roster for this game once and for all.
I would hope so, right? I mean, there's enough hype around it that folks are excited, but I think people just want that confirmation of like, okay, my character is going to be in this one, right?
Yes, I think so. And even they could even start talking a little bit about the DLC if they wanted to. I think
they already revealed the full roster. Well, there you go. Everyone's here.
Okay, then maybe they already revealed the full roster. Fair enough. Then I do think they start talking about DLC already.
Like Lil Wayne.
Yes, like Lil. Listen, Lil Wayne's in this game. That's my main. I'm gonna main Lil Wayne. Sorry, I did not intend to rhyme.
Main the Wayne.
Main the Wayne, everybody. Japan's physical sales for last week, PS5 topped the charts with 39,836 systems sold. The Switch OLED was right behind it with 37,000. Then the standard Switch was about 9,000, and the PS5 Digital Edition 6,369 with the Switch Lite at 5,983. So these things continue to kind of sell as they have been. When it comes to the software, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe back on the top of the chart with 16,458 copies sold. It is now at 373,000 copies sold total. That puts it ahead of Resident Evil 4, both for both things in terms of last week in total so far. That's the PS4 version, though. PS5 version sold another 8,000, which I guess if you combine it, that puts it actually at number one. Mario Party Superstars is another 4,000 units. That game sold 1.2 million physically in Japan alone. Mario Party just somehow a mega popular worldwide success. So there you go. Let's get to the poll.
Grubb, you may
did I break it?
A couple transitions may have played. I think we're still going.
Addy, what are you doing? You can't press these buttons during my show, kiddo. Sorry. Hang on, kiddo. She's just over here pressing the Steam Deck. Oh, or Stream Deck. Okay, this is a good show, everybody.
It's good. It's great. It's great. The kids are learning how to produce the show.
Thank you, little producers. Great. I appreciate it. Okay, well, whatever. Let's get to the polls.
I need the gimmicks to redo the producers with Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, that's perfect. They can definitely make some very funny stuff happen with Springtime for Hitler for sure. Okay, let's get to the poll. This is not the right one. Let me get to the latest one. What a show we do here. Do you play games on performance mode, 1080p 60, or quality mode, 4K 30? Performance mode is 84.4%, and just 15.6% say they play on quality mode. This feels right for definitely an audience watching this show, right?
Sure. I wonder how many people, your normal folks that don't watch an amazing news show Monday and then Wednesday to Friday, even know what to do with performance and quality mode.
Yeah, I think that they probably see that the people default to whatever the system defaults to. I bet it defaults to the quality mode, and that's it. But I mean, boy, I don't know. I mean, I didn't get a chance to talk to you. Redfall, 30 frames per second at launch on Xbox, no matter what.
Whoa,
and they're framing it as we're only going to have quality mode at launch. So they're already saying like there is a performance mode. You just can't turn it on at launch. That's to me very frustrating. I don't know. How about you?
Super frustrating. It kind of kills any momentum I had of maybe convincing my boys to pick it up on Game Pass if it was going to be on Game Pass. Now
Yes,
it's
yeah.
Okay, well there you go. Even less so of a case now. It's like, well, all right, it's not going to run at 60, guys. Run at 30.
Yeah, it's and it's like, why not just wait till it's in a better state? And then at that point, there's going to be a lot of other games to distract you, and the excitement might be gone. So,
yeah.
All right, I'm going to get this next poll question going for tomorrow. I do want some the song recommendations right now, everybody. So just start throwing them in chat. In the meantime, though, Jan, what do we got going on giantbomb.com?
Well, tomorrow another episode of Game Mess Mornings, as well as UPF. This time we're gonna roll back into Crime Boss Roque City with you, me, Dan, and Backlash. So a good 4-way crime. If you missed it yesterday, the connectivity compadres connected together to get 4 Swords Zelda adventure lads going.
Fiesta,
Fiesta. That's what it is. And it is fun times. The tech still baffles me.
Really impressive. Yeah, the way it works is like it loads the instance on each of our stuff individually, and we all can see the game and all 4 Game Boy Advance screens. It's neat. It's really cool.
It's really cool. If you want a taste of chaos, or if your week has been too calm, go ahead and watch 4 Swords Fiesta. It's a great time. We all felt very exhausted afterwards, though.
So I mean, I'll talk about this next time we boot it up. I'm like, you guys were very exhausted. I'm like, yeah, I'm the normal amount of exhausted. Why is that? It's like, oh, it's because it's like dealing with kids constantly is what that was like. It's like constantly yelling at people to come do this thing that you know you're supposed to be doing, and you're off there fruiting your poot. Get over here and do what you're supposed to do. Okay, you're not. I'm just gonna go pick you up and carry you over here. It's just like having kids.
But the big thing to be excited for, folks, is we have the return of Blight Club almost immediately right after this. We're gonna have to probably go back up.
That's right.
Where Mike Minotti has going to open his Blight.
The Blight has visited Mike Minotti, and a Blight upon his house. It's already there. It's within his walls.
He forgot to take the sheep's blood and put it on the door. It's here now.
It's just he missed Passover. That's exactly what happened. We have a special introduction video for that as well, so look out for that from a special guest star. So I'm very excited about all of that. All right, the poll question is: what is the next video game song that should be preserved in the Library of Congress? The Legend of Zelda theme, Superman from Tony Hawk, Snake Eater, Guile's theme, Street Fighter 2. You guys go ahead and vote on that now. And then, of course, yell at me in the responses about the songs I didn't put in here, specifically Mega Man Wily's theme, whatever that was that Mike said.
Dr. Willie's theme? What?
Dr. Willie, yes, exactly. All right, we'll get to this tomorrow on Giant Bomb. As Jan said, we got a bunch of stuff happening that's going up on the site, a bunch of stuff that you could watch from when we were gone last week.
So much stuff still to go up.
So much stuff still to go up. And then keep joining us, Blight Club, right after this. And if you're listening to this later, be sure to check all that stuff out on giantbomb.com. Jan, thank you so much for spending time with me today talking about video games. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Grubb. Happy Thursday, everyone.
Happy Thursday, everybody. You're the best audience in gaming. Until next time, have a good one. Take care of yourself, and goodbye.